Hello, last weekend Slice Barcane did that video where he wanted to challenge David Weiss on his Flat Earth clock app and the accuracy of it. And I decided I was going to try to see if I could reach out to some people in Australia or in the Southern Hemisphere if they wanted to do something similar. I've got the Flat Earth clock app. I can change it to their time zone, and that could be the basis of a similar test in other parts of the world. So if anybody else is out there anywhere in the world and they want to try something similar to what Slice Barcane did, just let me know in the comments below and I would be happy to record a few images like what Sly did. Of course, I reached out on Twitter, which is where I normally hang out when I'm not on YouTube, and I did get a response from Piper Australis, and he graciously gave me permissions to use the images that he took. I guess it might have been last year or maybe the year before. It would have been for the December solstice. And in it, he showed a compass reading that was definitely south of due west. I set the geocoordinates more or less to his general rough location. He said it was about 100 kilometers north of Melbourne. So I looked up the geocoordinate of Melbourne, and if it's 100 kilometers, it would be just under 1 degree of latitude. So I think it was 37.9 degrees or something like that. But this should be close enough to where he was when he took that photo. The red line that you see here is the direction that he would be facing. This would be due west, which would represent an azimuth of 270 degrees. Of course, from his position, going straight due north should land him at the North Pole. This is 2 days ahead of my current date. I'm actually on August 24th at this point, but the sun should set like that north of due west. And of course, as time goes on, when we get right there to the September equinox, the sun should set due west. As you can see here on the FE clock, it would be considerably north of due west. In fact, it's more north than it is west. Now, if we keep going a little bit further to December, namely right about here, roughly where and I don't know the exact altitude of the sun when he took that measurement, but if I eyeballed it, I'd say it was probably closer to about 4 or 5 degrees in the sky, maybe not quite that much, maybe this much. And if that was the case, at that point, the sun should have had an azimuth of 242. So that's considerably more south than what the sun should be south of the Tropic of Capricorn on the December solstice. In fact, it's a full 90 degrees off. In a way, the whole issue about the angle of the sun at sunrises and sunsets kind of ties together with a couple of recent videos that I put out, which relates to how the sun moves in the sky. I put myself at Null Island, so latitude 0, longitude 0, and I'm facing directly east. Where the E is, that should be 90 degrees azimuth. And as of right now, almost a full month before the September equinox, the sun rises north of east, and it will curl a little bit towards the left. As the days progress, you can see that the sun will shift further and further towards the east, so that on the day of the equinox, roughly right about here, the sun should ascend straight up from due east, go directly overhead, and then if you turn around, it should descend straight down and set due west. As we keep going throughout the year, the sun is going to rise further and further from due east, with an azimuth of 113.39 degrees. And of course, this is entirely consistent with what we see if, for example, we continue to look due east while we travel straight north along the same longitude. And as we travel further and further north, the sun will rise at a steeper and steeper angle. If, however, we continue to go further and further south, the sun will appear to rise towards the left. I didn't show in my last video how the celestial objects provide evidence that the Earth is spherical. But if I lock the barrel of the camera to match my longitude, as I move from, let's say, the tip of Chile past the equator, up through the US and up Canada, adjusting the barrel angle of the camera as I'm doing so, it would be quite clear that the Earth is spherical. And of course, as I do this, with that barrel angle adjustment, regardless where I am, everything appears to continue to move straight up like that. So it should be evident that the evidence clearly points to the fact that the Earth is spherical. And being August 24th when I'm recording this, it'll probably be released in a couple of days. It'll give anybody who's remotely interested in learning the truth to organize a series of tests with other people around the world, either confirming what I'm showing here or refuting what I'm showing here. That's going to be it for now. Thank you for watching. If you like the video, I would appreciate the thumbs up, the subscribe, the comment below, all that other good YouTube stuff. And with that, I'm going to see you in another video soon enough. So bye for now.